Shabbat Shalom, and if you haven't yet, please say hello and Shabbat Shalom in our chat room, our chat box off to the side. So we're going to begin. We're going to begin as we ask the Shapiras to light our Shabbat candles.
I'm going to do this back.
This is found on page 2 of our prayer book.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has commanded us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
And our service begins now as we join together in Ma'yafeh Hayom on page 10.
Shabbat Shalom, Ma'yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Ma'yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
And as we welcome Shabbat and we welcome each other, and it's wonderful to be together again, at least in this way on Shabbat. And we turn together to page 20 as we welcome our Shabbat bride.
Lecha dodi likat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Shamar v'zachor b'nipur echad, Shmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'Shem el tiferet v'lichila lecha dodi, likat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi, likat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi makor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshava tchila lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Hitoreri, kiva orech, uri, 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 shir daveri, kevod Adonai elayich nigla lecha
turn together to page 24 as we welcome Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem, those words of welcome. May peace be on you. And this is an important time for us to extend greetings of peace and of wholeness to each other, to those we love, our friends, our family, and all of our community.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon.
Mi melech malachei hamlachim kadosh baruch hu.
Balachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon.
Mi melech malachei hamlachim kadosh baruch hu.
Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon.
Mi melech malachei hamlachim kadosh baruch hu.
Tetzem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon.
Mi melech malachei hamlachim
Kadosh Baruch Hu.
And on page 26, we join in Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikadal v'yikadash Shnei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivrach Yosef v'yamlich malchutei.
B'chayechon yom echon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael b'gala b'nam karim v'yireru. Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach.
Le'olam olam me'amaya
Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yishramah v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal. Shmei kudashah
B'richu.
Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechemata tamiran be'alma v'yimeru. Amen. And we turn to page 28 and join in our call to worship, Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et
page 31. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. And we join together in Ahavat Olam, God's never-ending love for all of us, on page 32.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Aked Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu, v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, le'orech yameinu. Uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla.
Everlasting love, you have offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And we turn together to page 34 as we join in Shema. join in Ve'ahavta, page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשופך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, and for your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and our coming to life and to peace evermore. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise us up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. And we thank God for the opportunity that we have to continue to celebrate Shabbat with Vishamru on page 44. Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, le'dorotam berit olam. And we turn to page 46. As we begin the Amidah, the central part of our prayer, and these words which say, Adonai, please, Adonai, open our lips. Allow us to express how we can praise and glorify you.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering the song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. Adonai Sfatai, Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai, Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo ve'Ahava, Melech Ozer u'Mashiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol atah Rab le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach u'Merid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chayim b'Chesed, Mechayei Hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha bal geverot, Umido melach, Melech memit u'merchaye, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yihalelu chasala. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Days pass, and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see, wherever we gaze, that the bush burns unconsumed. And we, clay touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. And we continue silently. turn together to page 253. And especially in these times, during this time of illness for so many people around the world, this prayer of asking God for healing is so important. Whether that is a healing of the COVID-19 virus or some other healing, a healing of the body, the mind, the heart, the soul. If there is somebody in your life that you would like to especially direct our prayers of healing, please either say the name to yourself out loud or please type it into the chat box so that we can all join together and direct our thoughts and our energy to a complete recovery for all those who are in need of healing, for the unbelievable courage of the medical professionals who care for our loved ones, especially at this time, for their families. We send strength of healing for hearts who can't be with those who are ill. And we mention Lisa Chinsky, Kevin McRae, Emily Bostwick, Myrna Urkov, David Markowitz, Martha Snyder, Donna Mogul, Leo Reeves, Helen Hines Chavez, Amelia Ruth Soika, Mark Gold, Teresa Kissel, Jessica Watson, Carol Alexander, Vivian Vidmar, Randy Martin, Joan Harf, Nan Briggs, Joyce Miller, Anthony Mathis, Rick Wright, Joseph Pissetner, Irving Kalbach, Donald Moritz, Roberta Barilla, Jamie Katz, Fran Porras, Nancy Comey Bell, Robert Ruggiero, Eric Perry, Michael Byron, Barb LaMonica, Scott Gordon, Luda Kaplan, Doug Russell, Kathleen Martz, Julie Griewant, Michael Faychek, and Joseph Feldman. We take all of those who are ill into our hearts, and we join in our blessing for healing. Create a pure heart within me. Let my soul wake up in your light. Open me to your presence. Flood me with your Holy Spirit. Then I will stand and sing out the power of your forgiveness. I will teach your love to the lonely. The lost will find their way home. Adonai, open my lips, and may my mouth will declare your praise. Shabbat Shalom. This week we have a part of the Torah called Parshat Shmini, which comes to us from Leviticus, and if you were to read through it, you would see a whole long list of different kinds of sacrifices and all of the complexities and things that happen around the sacrifices. And if that wasn't enough, we have a whole other long list of the kinds of foods that are traditionally kosher and not kosher, a whole description of the animals and which animals you can eat and which animals you can't eat. And one of the great questions is, why do we have all of those rules? Why do we have all of those rules that dictate what we can do and what we can't do? Especially right now, we also have a lot of rules of things that we can't do. We can't go out, we can't come together, we can't go shopping, we can't do this, we can't do that. So it's a struggle. But the rabbis respond to all of these rules of kashrut in interesting ways and explain that the rules aren't there to just prevent us from doing something. They actually give us the opportunity to think about the benefits that we have when we participate. So, this evening I'd like you to spend a few moments and think back on the last couple weeks. Think back on the times that you've spent alone in contemplation, perhaps, or with family who are living with you. Times you may have engaged in an online experience. And just as we appreciate some of the benefits of limiting ourselves in kashrut and limiting the kinds of things that we eat, because it allows us a sense of appreciation, what are some of the things that you have come to appreciate over the last 2 weeks that we've been able to, or that we've been in this quarantine or social or physical distancing kind of a scenario? So post them in the chat, if you will, and people can share with each other things that they have come to appreciate over this time. I know one of the things that I'm very appreciative of, especially tonight, is the opportunity to share Shabbat services with my daughter Yael. Thank you for leading us so beautifully. And I know my mom also is on watching from Toronto. So we have, we're here and mom's in Toronto and people are all over, and yet we're really in the same sacred space. And so that's a beautiful opportunity that we have that we wouldn't have otherwise. And so it's wonderful that we can do that. Also, time spent with loved ones, with people that we care about. So post your comments in the chat box, and think of all the things that we can be thankful for. The people in our lives who are well, the people in who we share the path of life, and whether they live close to us or they live far away. And we're so thankful that they are healthy. And if we have family who are not, we're thankful perhaps that they are receiving the medical care that we can hope that they can recover and recover quickly and wholly. And so as we turn our thoughts to this sense of wholeness, this sense of completeness, this Shmini happens at the very, very end. We've just finished Passover, and now we are in the process of counting the days between Pesach and Shavuot. And so we count up those 7 weeks as we begin to get excited to receive, once again, mythically receive the Torah. So we'll continue now as we will on page 282 with the Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כיהי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומי. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס תזולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בהשבותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
As we turn our thoughts to those who have gone from this world, we think of all those who have perished due to the COVID-19 virus, and we wish their families consolation as they go through this grieving process, this process of having to say goodbye to a loved one perhaps far too soon. We also are in the period of Shiva for Miriam Ronas, and we wish Amy and Dennis Vidmar consolation and love as they too go through this on the time of Amy's mom's death. And we are in the period of Shloshim for Martin Shore, Janet Rudolph, and Deb Cohen. And on this Shabbat we observe these yahrzeits for Madeline Marks, William Levin, Joseph Birnbaum, Tobiah Castleman, Edward Ivan Zaks, Abe Denneman, Joseph Lochner, Dora Weiner, Solomon Joel Harris, Sidney Schuster, Rose Kerr, Annie Leah Rosenbaum, Norman Shore, Henry V. Jacobson, Esther Jacobson, Morris Berenstein, Barbara Castleman, Nanette Kossel Linville, Howard Paul, Franny Mazeroff, Herbert Asherman, and Melvin Kerr Sr. And we turn together to the life-affirming words of Kaddish, which can be found on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach retev yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivorach la'alam u'lalmeh almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dikudsha b'richu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We have just a few announcements. Tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock we'll join together for Torah study via Zoom, and hope you can join us. Sunday, our virtual Gesher continues with our wonderful Gesher teachers and our kids, and we're looking forward to that. And virtual book club on Tuesday at 5:30, and then our temple board meeting also done via Zoom on Thursday evening at 7. And we'd like to just note that the services are dedicated in memory of Edward and Ivan Zaks, Herbert Asherman, Howard Paul, Rose Kerr, and Melvin Kerr Sr. And the donations that were made generously to our flower fund for this Shabbat service will be used to offset the costs for providing these virtual or digital communications during this challenging time. And so with that, we will conclude with those very words of peace. Oseh Shalom, may God who grants peace in those high and distant heights, grant peace for us, for all Israel, for all the world. We want to say Shabbat Shalom to you all.
Oseh Shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh Shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom.